here we are once again. We are live. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to your favorite podcast.
Riffin with Griffin, yeah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Riffin
Riffin with Griffin.
with Griffin, yeah.
This is Riffin with Griffin.
Riffin with Griffin, baby.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa. Welcome back to Riffin with Griffin, everybody. Spoiler alert, Last of Us finale. Want to talk about the season and everything that happened with that. I like to play Warzone, Call of Duty, so I want to talk about that, my thoughts on the game. And some news and notes and some fun stuff, but once again, welcome back. Riffin with Griffin.
Griffin, yeah.
Woo, woo, woo. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Riffin with Griffin.
With Griffin, yeah.
Riffin with Griffin. Excuse me. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Riffin with Griffin. New day, Wednesdays. We're doing it on Wednesdays. Now, normally I would do it at 10 a.m. I'm going to try to do it every Wednesday at 10 a.m. But today I actually had an audition for a pilot, so keep your fingers crossed. We'll see what goes on with that. I'm still in the game, y'all. I'm still in the game. So welcome back to Riffin with Griffin. We're here now. We're a little late, but it is what it is. Make sure you subscribe. Subscribe, share, do all that stuff. Become a member. I'm a become a Twitch follower too. I do stuff on Twitch. I'm on Twitch most days. You really want to get to know me, get on the Twitch, become a subscriber. And if you want to support me financially, some monetary support, you could be a Twitch follower, a subscriber, a YouTube member, or even a Patreon member. So you could do that too. All that great stuff right here on Riffin with Griffin. So come check me out. So hello everybody. How is everybody doing? Hi. I don't even know what to say. We're here. I got a new haircut. It is what it is. Nothing really to report. I do my podcast to come in and I'm just like, hey, what's going on in my life right now? Nothing major. Nothing major going on right now. Just living life, doing what I do. Nothing really big happened this week. It's just been kind of chill. Rachel's still modeling, even though she has a regular job that, she got a big promotion in and she's doing well, but she's also still, a model. So we're going to Fashion Week in Palm Springs. So looking forward to that. Cause she came with me to Vegas when I did my work and it was her birthday. So now I'm going to go this weekend with her in Palm Springs, and so Palm Springs Fashion Week. So she's got a lot going on there. So good for her. My lovely lady. Okay, so let's just get into some comments then. From the show. I want to thank everybody for all the comments you say. So I did a little short. Somebody said, so from Michael Wells, this was a really great short, Eric. You rock. Thank you, sir. Stay wild in thoughts one day ago. The consultant show was just a good show since it was so unpredictable, which made you want to watch more. And I know season 2 is on the way. Yeah. I don't know. I kind of like the first 4 or 5 episodes of The Consultant. And then it's sort of like, I didn't like where it ended. To be real with you, I didn't like where it ended. It didn't really explain much to me. I didn't know what was what. You know what I'm saying? I won't give you a spoiler on that, but you should watch that. It's crazy. Let's see. Yeah. So I don't know. If I guess I'll watch season 2. Let's see what else here. Let's see. This guy Andrew Rivera with a dickhead comment. It's true Eric gives 0 Fs about his fans. His podcast studio is in his bedroom. Man, shut up. Sometimes I hate you people. So here's one comment. Bio nerd. Am I the only one who thought Chris Rock's clapback was kind of lame? Maybe I chuckled once and it straight up flubbed one of the jokes. I was expecting something a lot more insightful and clever, but he came off as a bullied kid complaining to his friends. Yeah, that's actually fair. You know, like I say, it's when something's live, you know, it is what it is. You know, he waited a year to talk about this, and you would think that after a year, could he have done some more things and said some more stuff? Possibly, you know. I still liked it. I still like, you know, I like the raw vulnerability of it. You know, I like to like, hey, you know, you did this on a public stage. Now here's my public stage and I'm going to do it. Speaking of that, I had a lot of like crazy comments on Instagram about this particular thing. And I want to go to one of them. Where is it here? Let me go to one of them. Is this it right here? So I, no, that's not it. That's me. I got my phone connected, so that's why it's gonna like it's gonna go. Okay, here we go. I hate Instagram now that like they don't show you your friends. You know what I mean? Like it's all these like TikTok thing where it's like you start scrolling and then all of a sudden they're showing like stuff you're like, I don't know, I didn't want to look at this. I wanted to like talk about, I wanted to see like, I'm following these people for a reason. I thought that's what it was supposed to be about. But now it's like showing you stuff you don't even know. Stuff just comes up, people dancing or, you know, it's crazy. Let's see. So here's one of these like keyboard warrior, like tough guy. This is one of these tough guy comments, you know. LOL, he starts with, comics really are like a mob gang, only ones that keep siding with Chris Rock during the 20-plus year infatuation, bullying of Jada. But then again, comedians are made up of mostly people that had to fight with their words because they could never stand up for themselves physically. Freedom of speech has never equaled freedom from consequences, and that night, a build-up of him making fun of a man's wife for years resulted in him getting slapped, and he deserved it. See, this is the kind of person like that's the kind of person that, yeah, he has to use his fists because he don't even have the intellect to have a conversation with someone, and he don't understand that there's greater consequences of physical altercation. Now, when people say this, you know, like this guy doesn't really want to have a discourse. He doesn't really want to have a talk. He just wants to say some bullying stuff like, look at me. Look at me. I'm gonna clown comics. Okay. Here's the thing. This is something that I want to like. I want to say about this again. I talked about it last week, but I want to say again about this. I actually have no problem with Will Smith having an issue with Chris Rock. Okay. I think it's dumb because it's the Oscars, and this is what happens. Like Ricky Gervais was going in on people. Nobody went up and slapped him, right? And he was being like mean. you know what's happening. They have a script. There's the Oscars people knew what he was going to say. It was, like I said last week, an innocuous dad joke, okay? So if there's some built-up tension from before, whatever with that, okay? I don't have a problem with Will Smith approaching this guy and being like, yo, man, I didn't like that. I have a problem with when and where he did it and who Will Smith is. This guy from the Instagram, this guy's a nobody. He's never going to be on the Oscar stage. You know, he's never going to do anything that important where all eyes are on him. So yeah, he's going to like be at a Shakey's Pizza and someone's going to say something to him. And then he's going to like, oh, I'm going to show you, I'm going to defend myself with my fists. And then he's going to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? He's going to go to jail. Come to my show and try to attack me and see what's going to happen to you. Okay? Unlike you, I have something to lose. In the same way, Will Smith had something to lose. His reputation, his honor, all the he is looked at as a movie star, he is looked at as someone who is like above and beyond, even if we're not supposed to look at him like that. And so what I'm saying is, it's about time and place. If we would have found out later, yo, there was an altercation backstage. Will Smith went at Chris Rock about, yo, keep your wife's name out, and they had a thing, I would be like, ooh, well, you know what? That's the consequences of, when you're a comic, there's a butt of the joke, and sometimes the butt gets slapped. And it depends on how hard the slap is, how the person wants to react. If you're going to react to a joke like that in that way, then you a weak-minded person anyway, regardless of whatever's going on in your life. We always talk about, like, don't take the bait, be the bigger man. These are real concepts, not this fucking keyboard warrior guy who thinks he's a tough guy. You know what I mean? Oh, I had to defend myself with my, yeah. What were you? You grew up on the streets? Were you a gang member? like who are you that you think you're so tough? Nobody should have to defend themselves with their fists. There's nothing right about that. If you're in that situation, yeah, you want to be able to. You know what I mean? Okay, I get it, but that's not like the goal. You know what I mean? That's not the goal, man. So what I'm saying is, Will Smith had a lot to lose, and he lost it. He lost the luster of that movie star person that he was. He lost a little bit of that. But apparently he was losing a little bit of that anyway because of, like, so much information about him and his wife. Like people act like this was private information, and then Chris Rock goes on stage and starts saying some stuff, and then that brings up this thing. Hey, man, they put their life out on Front Street. Will Smith has a really great Instagram. He's always on Instagram saying things. His wife has that Red Table show, and they're revealing vulnerable stuff. And, people are going to comment on that. Chris Rock didn't comment on that in the first at the Oscars, and then he got slapped for this ridiculous joke. Again, if there's some back history, then again, I think there's a time and place you can go approach him, and whatever happens in that situation, I'm fine with. I'm fine with the consequences of, like, somebody saying something and somebody having a reaction. I've had this happen. I've had somebody attack me on stage before. I understand. That's part of it, okay? But what the real issue here is time and place. That wasn't the time or the place, and he had more to lose. And he shouldn't have done that. That's all I'm saying. So when I see comments like that, I just realize it's like, anyway, like, again, when somebody comments like that, they don't really want to have a conversation. They just want to be tough guy. Somebody's like, yeah, y'all need to get slapped sometime. When somebody talks like that, I just go, you don't even have the intellect to even understand the nuance of what I'm talking about or why I'm even talking about it. You know what I mean? So, again, everybody loses in this situation, There's three things. You know what? I'm going to tell you this. There's three things I think could save Will Smith. Three things. Three things I think could like reinvigorate Will Smith's career. The first, a Comedy Central roast. I think if Will Smith went to Comedy Central, was like, hey, let's do a roast of me. And then it was just no holds barred. Everybody could come and talk about everything. Have a bunch of comics and his friends, and they just roast the hell out of him. He takes it, and then he goes up on the dais, and then he has his clap back that he can have, and then we'll be like, all right, Will, you cool, man. That could save him. Two, be a villain in movies now. Like, you don't got to be the hero all the time. Now it's time for him to come out and be like how Leonardo DiCaprio, there was a few movies where he comes out where he's not the good guy and he dies in the end. Like he needs to have his training day, his Denzel training day type movie. Just come out and be a motherfucker in a movie, And then we'll be like, oh, wow, show like a different depth. And then you'll like, whatever can happen there. The last thing, and it's too late for this, but the last thing that could have like squashed all this and saved everything is if during Chris Rock's special, he goes, guys, I know y'all saw what happened, but you know what? Will, come on out. And then if Will Smith would have came out on stage during that live Netflix special and they would have like hugged it out and had like some banter back and forth, that would have squashed the whole thing too. So anyways, it is what it is. It is what it Yes. All right. Let me see if I want to talk about any other comments. Let's see if there's some more comments. Always some good comments. So, I like this one. Somebody said, respectfully, gotta disagree. I still think the slap was fake and it worked out perfectly. First of all, fakest slap setup I've ever seen. Okay, I'm not even going to continue with this one. That's Steffo Jack. Like, this is one of these tinfoil hat ridiculous people. That wasn't a fake slap, man. Trust me. I actually know Chris Rock. That wasn't a fake slap. Okay, so you can live in your little delusional world. It didn't do anything for anything. Oscars this year, one of the worst rated Oscars of all time. Okay? I didn't even watch it. I didn't even turn it on one time. The Oscars are done, man. They're just done. So it didn't save it where people were going to be like this year, like, ooh, I wonder if there's going to be a slap. No, man. No one won in this situation. Will Smith's Netflix projects got postponed and canceled. Bad Boys got pushed back. I thought it was canceled, but they're going to make it, but everything got pushed back or postponed. Even this movie that he came out with was supposed to come out earlier. It got pushed back. Like, nobody won in this situation, okay? Nobody won, all right? So that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous to think. If you think that, you're ridiculous. Sorry, that's ridiculous. Let's see. Somebody said Wednesdays Griff hits different. I like it. Yeah, we had to move to Wednesdays. I had to move to Wednesdays. But anyways, again, thanks for all your comments. Thanks for all the comments. Let's see. Zach Steffens loved it. EG, keep it up. Thank you. Evil Lash 570. Chris Rock lit Smiths up. He should. Great comedy special. Anyway, there's a lot of it's mixed reviews for a lot of stuff, but I did want to really address this comment that I got in my Instagram of this person that I just feel like, dude, it's like there's no place for violence. There just really isn't. You're not the bigger man because you could. Whatever you think that is. It's actually the bigger man is the person that can do that and doesn't. Will Smith is considerably bigger than Chris Rock. Chris Rock is a freaking 60, 55, 56-year-old man. It's a $125 soaking wet. All right? Will Smith is like a big-ass dude. That's not how you do that. You know what I mean? That's not. And then if you're going to do it. Punch him. You slap him? Anyway, enough of that. Okay, guys, before I get into my spoiler alert of Last of Us, Last of Us, that was really, I really enjoyed the season finale of Last of Us, so we'll talk about that last. There was just a couple of stupid stories that I wanted to talk about. This is ridiculous, okay? Straight up ridiculous. All right. Do you love ranch? Okay. Do you love ranch, everybody? Hidden Valley's new ice cream could be your new sweet treat. Today is National Ranch Day when this story came out. National Ranch Day. And they made a ranch flavored ice cream. Yuck. What? Let it go, man. Let it go. Ranch flavored ice cream? Ugh. What else are they going to come with? I don't like these types of things. Ice cream should be fruity flavors, chocolate, stuff like that. Not disgusting. Ranch goes on salad and onion rings and sometimes French fries. I don't even eat ranch anymore. I stopped eating ranch a long time ago because when I found out how many calories are in a little thing of ranch like this, I don't do it. So why would you want that? I just want to know what's some other disgusting flavors that they're going to come up with for ice cream. What? Ice cream is supposed to be chocolate, strawberry, even sherbet, yogurt stuff. Like, nobody wants this. Who wants this? It's like, what? Ranch? Blue? If they gonna come up with blue cheese, like, how about Thousand Island ice cream? It's like, come on, man. Sounds disgusting. But thank you, pistachio. That's a great ice cream. Okay? You got, different nut flavors. Fine. But like ranch ice cream. Who is eating that? Like, how fat do you have to be where you've just given up and you're like, give me the ranch ice cream? Like, are you just like having a hamburger and then putting the ranch ice cream on top of the hamburger? And then that's how you're going to eat that? I just don't know what goes with ranch ice cream. Or do you put lettuce on it? Like, what? Carrots? Ranch ice cream? So that just was a crazy story, man. Crazy. I don't know what that's about. I'm just interested to see what the next crazy flavors are going to be. All right, so this one is crazy. Okay, so this is about this. I saw that this was a ring cam. It was on Reddit, and it's like a ring cam a thing. So the cops, they come to this lady's house and they hit the ring, and then now she's at work and she's talking to the police officer about they're looking for a suspect, and this is what happens. Now, I have a Nest Cam ring. I don't know if I have a ring, but I have a cam like that too where I can see who's at the door. And I had this cutest video. I don't want to show it because it's like these two little girls that live down the hall here, down at the next, anyways, whatever. Because I live in like a townhouse thing. And so, I'm looking at somebody rings the doorbell one day, and I look, nothing. Nobody's there, and then they ring again. So then I look at my cam and it's the two little girls. They're doing ding dong ditch. I thought it's so funny. You know what I mean? I was like, oh man, I remember when I used to do this. It's like, how bored are kids? So I see them and they're like looking at it. And then she goes over, presses the doorbell, and they both run, but I got it on camera. So like, you could talk. So there's like a little speaker on it. And then I went on the speaker and I was like, I see you. So sometimes I see the mom. I've never like showed it to her, but because I don't, you don't never know how some moms are going to react. Like, I don't have an issue. Like, it's not like I was like, yo, get your little kid off my, I wasn't acting like that. I wasn't like, get off my lawn. But, like sometimes you just want to go over there and be like, hey, look at this. You know what I mean? It's adorable. Maybe I'll find the video and put it up next week. Blur their faces or something. I don't even know if you can see them that well. But it just, anyway, was cute. But anyways, let's get to this story. So this is what's happening. So it's a Ring camera, okay? And the cops come. I'm just going to play it. The cops come to this lady's house, and this is what happens.
So, yes, I just chased the subject around your house, and I was making sure he wouldn't have came in here. Do you guys have any kids?
No, we don't have any kids.
Oof.
Is there any younger adults that stay here?
It's just me and my husband. We both work during the day.
Okay.
Do I need to come
Okay,
home?
well, thank you. I appreciate it.
So they're looking for this dude.
No, you're fine.
All right,
Well,
I'm
if you
sorry.
could check, see if your camera picked up any motion.
Oh, so now
We're
they
looking for a subject in a red t-shirt.
So this is like
Okay.
future of law enforcement.
Yep.
So later, she looks.
He's in my trash can. He's in
He's
my
in the
dumpster
trash
in my
Where's that
garage. He's in my trash can by my garage. Because the cops are at my front door. There's a...
So now they go to the backyard, and they.
Hey! Open that lid! Now, I know you're in the lid! Get out! Fuck out! You kidding me? Put your hands down. Come on!
That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, that's like the future of law enforcement. I mean, it just shows like cameras. Like, what a world we live in now that we have technology that does this kind of stuff, you know? Because, I mean, I just remember back in the day, I remember there was this documentary, and man, I forgot the name of it, but it was about like how video footage. So there was this, I'll never forget this. There was this guy, he was like going to like this woman's door, and he was like, you know, exposing himself, you know what I mean? And you know, and then she kept calling the police and nothing would happen. And then they put up a camera. She put up a camera and caught him on camera doing it. And then like telling him too, oh, you're on camera, look over there. And then the dude runs off. And then that's what stopped it. It's just like when I was a kid, I used to ride the school bus. So I used to ride the school bus when I was a kid. And, you know, there was always some nonsense on the school bus. When you went to public school, like riding the school bus was like, sometimes it was great and sometimes there'd be some stuff going on. You know, those couple of kids who were like that dude in my Instagram comment, you know, he was like, oh, school bus driver. You know, he's going to like have altercations on the bus because he's a big man. You know what I mean? So then people would get in trouble, but it's like, you know, your word against the bus driver. I'm telling you, the moment they put cameras up in the bus facing the thing, everybody knew it, you know, then you see the kids, they always show those videos of like a before and after. And then once the kids know, hey, there's a video camera in the bus filming you all, then all of a sudden the bus ride is just kids just being like, good morning, bus driver. Good morning. Hello, everyone. Hello, my friends that I hate, but I'm not going to say, you know what I mean? It just, it's such a weird thing. You know, it's such a weird, it's such a like, not, I don't say weird, but, you know, it's just an interesting, how we've evolved and like what's going to happen next, you know? It's like, I think that like with like electric cars and like once they get the infrastructure really in place with like the self-driving cars, I really mean, not just electric cars, but cars that drive themselves. I mean, it's just going to be about like, you know, all the cars have these cameras and stuff on it. Like, I think that all those cameras, you should have access to them. Like, my car has like 360 surrounding cameras, and I think Tesla can do that. Like, if somebody gets near your car, cameras turn on, you can like film. I think it should always be doing that. I think we should always be doing it. You know, you should be filming all the time, and you know, I mean, it's like Big Brother's watching type of thing. But I mean, I guess there is good with it. I mean, you know, I guess people use these things in terrible ways. You know, you find out about people that put like, you know, little cameras in toilets and in public restrooms, and they're looking, you know, they're being disgusting. But you know, there's always going to be people doing bad things with stuff that's supposed to be good. But I just feel like once the infrastructure is in place and they have the cameras at every intersection and the cars are interacting with each other, I mean, it's just really going to cut down on all accidents and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know what the numbers are, but I would be interested to see with all this, you know, lane assist and emergency braking and all that stuff going on, and if there are less accidents now than ever before. I'm pretty sure that's probably true. You know, if I had like a Jamie producer here, I'd be like, look that up for me right now. Or if I had like Nick here from Golden Hour, you know, so I don't know. It's probably a thing. So I just feel like there are good uses for the cameras. But anyways, that's like really funny. That's like a really funny, the dude was hiding in the trash can. It's like, but that looked like a young kid too. So if you people that are listening, and thank you for listening, all you audio people, you might want to go to my YouTube and check out the episode there too. But yeah, so that's right. I forget people are listening. They're probably hearing all this stuff. Well, anyway, the guy was in, you know, the police come to the door, and then this kid, he was hiding in a trash can, and they tried to run after. So for the people that are listening, you know. Okay, guys, I want to talk about something that I do almost every single day. All right, a game. I'm a gamer, y'all. I'm a gamer, and you can catch me live on Twitch, even right after this episode. Not after this episode. I got to go to the cleaners for Rachel. I got to go to the cleaners, and then when I get back, I'm going to be on thing. But I play this game called Warzone. It's Call of Duty if you're Call of Duty. I've never been a big Call of Duty fan in the past. My gaming, the one game that I played like ad nauseum, 2 games. There's 2 games I played like, I really loved these games. Actually, make it 3. because I used to love 2K. I used to love NBA games back in the day, so I used to play those. That was the first introduction. Like, I would play those all the time. Me and my boy Jeff, we'd play for hours, just back and forth. And then that was before online. We'd have to play at home, There was no online at the time. So when that started to happen, it just changed the game. But I used to play 2K. And then, again, oh, you know what? Another game, Gears of War. So there was like a year or two where I played Gears of War a lot. And then that game, that was when you were able to meet people in the chat. And so I actually became friends with a couple of dudes that, like, they live in Ireland and England. And so we really connected like that. I even talked about one of those guys on one of my TV comedy appearances, right? So I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, so I played Gears of War for a little while. But the game that really took over my life for a long time was Destiny. I loved Destiny. Destiny is still going on now. It's like a 10-year game. I love Destiny. I played it like all the time. Destiny was one of those games that like had that sort of like Candy Crush element of like these little microtransactions, these little like you would do a thing and then you would like achieve something and then it kept you going. It kept you going. And then they added the microtransactions thing too, where you can like buy things. And a game that sort of never ends. I think a game like that, I enjoy those games. I like open world games where you can go anywhere you want in the game, and I like games that never end. I don't like endings. Like if the game has like you won, and then you can't play it anymore, it just loses its luster. Like I played Spider-Man on PS4, right? What a great open world game. Okay, there's 3. Let's spit. I'm so sorry. Like I spit on you guys, whatever. There's 3 great open world games that I love. Batman Arkham Knight, which is one of the greatest games ever. Such a great open world. You can go anywhere you want. Spider-Man and Infamous. Those 3 games are such great open world games. But my problem with them is this. When you finish Batman's story, when you finish the final story, even though there's so much more stuff you can go do, there's something psychological about like, you're done with this. Like, you're done with this game. And no matter what DLCs come out, you're kind of just like, I completed that game already. Like, even on Spider-Man, like, there was all these little missions you could do to, like, rank your player up high. But once I finished that final mission and those closing credits came, I was like, I'm pretty done with this. I'm pretty done with it. So, I loved those games. FIFA is another, like, I played the grooves off FIFA, y'all. Love FIFA. I just got sick of paying for the same game every year. And then they make these little changes that ruin the game. So I haven't played. And then I stopped playing basketball games too, because basketball games are ridiculous. Because the AI in basketball games, it decides when you make or miss a shot. And I hate that. Like you should have complete control, but you don't. It should be based off. Anyway, I don't even want to get into that because that's not what I'm here to talk about. Anyways. Right before the pandemic, I was playing Destiny with a bunch of my boys that I met online. Great crew of people. Shout out to worst crew ever. Worst fire team ever, right? That was our name. So anyways, I loved Destiny. But then Call of Duty Blackout came out, and it was a battle royale. Now, if you don't know what a battle royale is like there's a map, a bunch of people drop into the map, all different players. Let's say it's solos, for instance. So it's like solo players, but you can play duos, trios, quads. So you and a friend, you and 2 friends, you and 3 friends, and you drop into this map, and there's other teams. And then there's a circle that closes, okay? And it forces you to move into the circle, and you have to like defeat people as you move in. And the final team that's left, they win. That's a battle royale. I love battle royales. It's the best, most complete gaming thing ever created. I love it. And there's a bunch of them. There's Warzone, Call of Duty, there's Apex Legends, there's PUBG, and then there's Fortnite. I play Fortnite and I play Call of Duty. Mostly Call of Duty, a little Fortnite, barely any Apex Legends, and I can't stand PUBG. But they're all this kind of battle royale, okay? So I really fell in love with Call of Duty, and I play it all the time. I love that game. If you're a Call of Duty fan, if you want to watch the old man game, I'm going to be on Twitch. I love Call of Duty. But I've decided to bring to and I also have a gaming channel on YouTube, Erik Griffin Gaming, which I'm probably going to take this and put that on there too. But I just wanted to talk about the state of Warzone. Warzone 2. So Warzone 1 came out. It was great. They had this great map, Verdansk, this, make-believe city. And, you really got to know the city, and I just loved it. You know what I mean? I loved it. Thank you for the super chats, everybody. Joe Hill and Project Mayhem. Love you guys. Thank you so much. So then, we were waiting, and then they came out with Warzone 2 recently this year. In the past 6 months, Warzone 2 has come out, and it's a completely different game. And I just want to give you my pros and cons of the game for the people that are interested in gaming. I have a whole list of my pros and cons of the game. Now, again, I want to say this. I love this game, but it is a love-hate relationship. My main problem with Warzone, Call of Duty, is the devs, the developers. I think these developers are trolls. I think they're the kind of people that think they're smarter than everybody. And so they make this game, they work hard on it, and they put it out. And then the streamers and the community is like, this is trash. Why is this happening and that happening? And they don't like the criticism. So therefore, they troll back by making stupid choices in the game. Like stupid choices in the game. So I want to give you my pros and cons list of the state of Warzone 2. I like it. Again, I love the game. And that's the only reason why I criticize the game so hard, is because I want it to be better, because I love it. It's a great game, and I still play it. Even with all the things I hate about the game, I still play it because that's how great the game is. I've never been a huge Call of Duty fan because I always thought it was toxic, and it still is toxic in terms of like the chat, White boys out here just running their mouth. You want to talk about somebody that can't defend themselves, Anyways. So let's go over the pros and cons. Get my singing mic. Pros and cons of Warzone 2. Okay, let's start with the cons list. Okay, so Warzone 2 comes out and they have this gulag. A gulag is if you die in the game, you get sent to this little one-on-one match with someone else who's died, and if you win, you get to go back into the game. So that was how Warzone 1 was. It was a one-on-one match. Warzone 2 comes out, and they make it a 2-on-2 match with you and a stranger and 2 other strangers, and you're versus them. It was terrible. It was terrible. Everybody hated it. Not only did they add this stupid 2-on-2, but then they had this jailer figure with a minigun towards the end of the match would come out and be trying to shoot everybody. It was the stupidest choice ever. But, these developers are sitting around, sucking each other off like, oh, great idea, Bill. Oh, you know what we should do? We should make it 2-on-2 and then add a jailer. They're going to love it. Nobody loved it. Okay. So then season 2 of Warzone 2 comes out and they change it now to back to a 1-on-1, but they trolled us. They made the map a little smaller. They added in the first one, it was just handguns and shotguns, which is better. You can roam around and have a really good fight. Now they added automatic weapons, and this gulag's even worse than the other one. So thumbs down on that. It's a con. The pinging system meaning like, you could tell your teammates, you can put a mark on the map like, hey, here's people here, or let's go here. The pinging system is something's broken about it. Like there's a certain point in the game where you put a mark on the map and your teammates can't even see it on their map. It's a ridiculous system. Sometimes you try to ping something and it doesn't even stay, or it pings something else. Ridiculous. It's trash. Proximity chat. Now, proximity chat is a pro and it's a con. The con about it is the controls. So they have this proximity chat. So if there's someone, say, 50 meters in the game near you, you can hear them and they can hear you. It lends to some funny content sometimes because people are talking back and forth. But a lot of times it leads to like really racist, toxic chat from cowards. That's usually what ends up happening. So my con about it is there isn't a good control. There's also trolls, like people play music or they play loud noises to distract you. It's really annoying. So there's no like, you could press an easy button and then mute it real quick. They don't let you do that. So I think that there needs to be some proximity chat controls. That would make it better. Cons, gas mask animation. This is something that's still happening in the game. It's so ridiculous. It happened in Warzone 1, and then they fixed it. And then Warzone 2 comes out, and the same thing is happening from way back in Warzone 1. It's so stupid. So the gas mask animation is like, again, the circle is closing, and the circle that closes is filled with toxic gas. So if your character is in that gas, you're going to start to lose health and cough. So they give you a gas mask in the game, okay? So what ends up happening, though, is if your character, when the gas goes over your character automatically puts on a gas mask. When the gas leaves your character automatically takes it off without your control. So you could be shooting someone in the middle of a fight, and then the gas comes, and then all of a sudden in the middle of this fight, your guy puts on a gas mask. And I've lost so many matches because of that. It's back again. Gas mask animation. Such a con. All right. TTK. That's the time to kill. The time to kill in Warzone 2 is too fast. It's like, pop, 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 you're dead. Something that they addressed in Warzone 1. And now these troll devs have done making all the same mistakes again. It's just too fast. Like, it's unbelievable how fast. Like, it's like, pop, 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 you just get wrecked. There's just no, then it becomes a thing where you have to have the best gun that shoots the fastest and is the most accurate, and that's the only gun you can use because it's so quick. So I don't like that. I don't like so now they have these things called buy stations, and the buy stations, you could buy things from the different buy stations, like gas masks, like airstrikes, like plates. You could buy when your partner dies, you could buy them back. That's the buy station. So before in Warzone 1, it was very consistent. At the buy station, you can get a gas mask, you can get, a self-revive, you can get all these different things, and it was very consistent. In Warzone 2, they've made it so all the different buy stations have different stuff. So now in the middle of this war, you have to go shopping. So you got to go to the buy station, and you got to let me see what I want to get. And you have to look. It's ridiculous. It's terrible. I don't like it. All right. Let's see what else we got. Now they got NPC players. They got these AIs. They're too overpowered, So it's bad enough you have to fight against some real people in there, real players. Now you have to also fight against, the AI, and they've made them so OP. It's ridiculous. Hate it. All right. Now, before season 1 of Warzone 2, they had this slow played up. They've changed that so I have to take that off my cons list. But they've fixed that, which is good. Reload animation, which is ridiculous. They don't let you stop it. So in Warzone 1, your gun runs out of bullets, then you start a reload. In Warzone 1, you could just get out of that. If somebody comes, you could be like, oh, I got to switch guns, or I already have bullets in this, and I can bop, bop, bop. Now they took that away. Now you have to finish the reload animation. It is the stupidest thing. All right, what else? I have so many cons. The UI, the user interface. Hate it. It's so confusing. The menu and where things are, how to find things. It's super confusing. It's like you got to have a degree from the learning annex to even figure the thing out. It sucks. The sound sucks. Your footsteps. You don't even hear a car until it's running you over. Sound, trash. Perks. That was a con. They fixed it. It's now on the pros list. Ladder animation. So your character climbs up a ladder, or someone's climbing up a ladder, and you see them, and they go from the ladder to instantly 5 feet away from you, and you get killed, even though you're shooting at the guy on the ladder. It's stupid. The ladder animation needs to be fixed. Now you drop ammo. So let's say you have an SMG in your hand, and then you pick up a shotgun. What it does now is it drops the SMG and all your SMG ammo, and then you pick up this shotgun. Now, the stuff on the ground isn't it's too close together. So you end up picking up, dropping, picking up, dropping, picking up, dropping, and then you run away because somebody's there, and you realize you don't have any ammo for your gun because the stupid game dropped all your stupid ammo. It's dumb. The gun balancing and, there's inconsistency of damage with the guns. I hate the meta gun system. Meta gun means there's always one gun that is better than all the other guns. And what ends up happening is all the trolls and pros and people trying to be like pros, they all end up using the same gun. So now you're playing a game where you only see one gun the whole game, even though they got 60 guns available. It's ridiculous. I don't like the meta system. It needs to go away. And yes, I'm playing on my PS5. What else? Man, I got so many of this. Okay, dropping ammo, gun balancing, the lethals and tactical damage. I think they buffed that in the last one. The helicopters, trash. They take damage. You can't even land them without taking damage. Or they just blow up if there's only a little bit of health. I mean, it's so the helicopter system is ridiculous. Fix the helicopters. I hate it. The kill cam. Kill cam is so important because you learn and you get closure. So like when somebody kills you and you're like, how did that happen? Normally they show you a little kill cam. It's like a little 15-second, and then you can see from their perspective what happened. And you go, oh, I missed my shots. Or you're like, oh, that guy was looking at me. When you don't have a kill cam, it just drives you bananas. But like I said, they're trolls. So you need that. Let's see. Oh, mantling backwards is so ridiculous. But I realize you can go into the settings and you could turn auto mantling off. I suggest anybody that plays this game, go into your settings, advanced controls on the controller, and turn off auto mantling. Because you'll be in a gunfight and all of a sudden your guy goes backwards up a stair, like a bookshelf. He climbs on a bookshelf backwards. It's so dumb. But like I say, these guys are trolls, man. All the devs, they're trolls, man. They think they're smarter than everybody, and they don't appreciate that we're have negative comments about their game that they think is perfect. It is a great game. You guys are just making bad choices. They need to hire J-God. If you don't know who J-God is, he is my favorite nerd of all time. The way he approaches talking about the video games and how he looks at all the numbers and everything, he has a great channel. Check out J-God on YouTube and Twitch. He is my favorite nerd of all time, okay? All right. In fairness, before I get to Last of Us, let's go over the pros now, the pros. I love the zip line movement. So now when you're on the zip line, your guy can move and you can like shoot and it's great. Zip line movement, pro. Good job, devs. The auto drone mode and tactical cameras. So now they have this thing where they have these drones, right? So before it used to be you would put a drone in the air and your character would have to stay in that window of the drone, right? But now you could put the drone in the air and then you could exit that window and your drone is still up in the air and it gives you a notification when your drone sees someone. Great addition to the game. And they have this thing called tactical cameras too. You could just put a camera up like a Ring camera and you can see what's going on around. Let's see. The tuning and gun ranking up. I really like it. I hate the UI, but I actually like the gun tuning. Gun tuning is great. So it means like you go into your gun attachment and then they have like these things that you could pick between one another. Say damage range versus aim down sight. And then you could like adjust it so all the guns could be like unique. Like this is how I like it. So I love the gun tuning and the ranking up of the gun system. Swimming, they've added swimming. So there's water all over the map now in Al Mazrah is the name of the little fake city. And they got like a little you could dive in the water and swim underneath the water. Great addition to the game, and the animation, the water animation is great. So shout out to them for that. Like I said, proximity chat is a pro because it's fun. It's fun to when you're being respectful, you can talking a little smack to people. I just hate that when it gets toxic and racist. And trust me, it does literally every single day. Sniping. I like the sniping. I think this sniping is better in this game. It's a little bit more challenging, but I think you can get the hang of it. And I like the fact that it's not a one-shot kill. There's a lot of people that don't like that. There's a lot of people that like it should be a one-shot kill, but I just thought that was kind of cheesy in the game, especially when the guns weren't balanced properly and it was so easy to snipe. Like when a sniper was a meta gun, just everybody's out there just pow, pow, pow. You're just way across the map getting knocked out. I hate that. I love the strongholds and black sites. It's like these game within a game. I do hate the AIs that are there, but it's like a game within the game. So a stronghold, like, you know, you drop in and you could go to this place called a stronghold, like this building that has like a lot of different loot in it, and you have to like kill these AI to get the loot, and you can get stuff, and it's great. So I like that addition to the game. Firing range. They finally had a firing range, so you can go tune your gun, put on different attachments, and then now you can test it out. They've always needed that, and I love it. I love the firing range. ADS crawling. So aim down sight. Now you can crawl and you can aim down sight. You know, they didn't have that in the last game. Small little change. Dolphin dives. I love dolphin dives. So that's like you can run and then you can dive and forward. A con to that, though, is that I think you should be able to dive and land and shoot. It's just like sliding and shooting. They should add that to that. And then also the last one is like the gas cars. So now you have to gas up cars. You know, so you don't have unlimited gas in the car. So I think that's kind of cool. Something they stole from Fortnite. Yeah. So, you know, season 2 update came out, and I mean, I feel like they didn't do much. I don't think they did much to change the game. I think that overall, but if I had to pick between Warzone 1 and 2, I think they're about the same, which I think is bad. I think that if you're going to make a new game, improve on the game that you already have. It's like they took things away from that they did in Warzone 1 that I just don't understand why they took them away. It's almost as if these people that came in to make the game were like, yeah, they did their thing. Now we're going to do our thing. And they're making the same mistakes all over again. It's really crazy. But like I say, I feel like those people have no oversight. As long as the company's making money, I feel like the people that the uppity ups are like, yo, Activision, yeah, let's as long as they're making money, you know, they tell the devs, hey, where's the game? They got the game. They go, okay, are people buying stuff? Are the microtransactions working? Are people buying things? They're like, hey, cool. So they don't really care about the user experience. I think the devs of this game do not care about the user experience. They're just arrogant trolls that are so mad that we don't love everything that they did. Let's just work together as a community and make the game great again. Come on. Anyways, I'll probably go back to this another time, but, you know, that's basically my quick rundown because I'm running out of time. But, you know, it is what it is. All right, guys. So spoiler alert time. Spoiler alert time. So if you haven't finished Last of Us, okay, I don't want to hear you. If you haven't finished the Last of Us show, now's the time to dip out. Thanks for being here with Riffin and Griffin. But if you want to talk about it here, let's talk about it now. Okay? So, Last of Us has finished. If you don't know what Last of Us is about, it's based off a video game about a sort of like zombie apocalypse, a virus that turns people into zombies in the future. And it's about this guy, Joel. You know, he's just grisly, sort of like he has to do whatever he has to do to survive. And then he meets this girl. His daughter unexpectedly dies tragically, and now it's 20 years later. Now he meets this girl, Ellie, who was infected by the virus, but she was bitten by a zombie, but it's not affecting her. So now this like secret rebel organization called the Fireflies, they're trying to get her to doctors because she might be the cure to the virus. Joel and Ellie, they sort of bond, and they're on this adventure to go to the Fireflies, and that's what the whole season was about. And there was some really great standalone episodes about their journey and people that they've met. And, you know, normally in like zombie apocalypse shows, you know who the worst people are? Human beings. That's usually the theme of these things. The zombies are who they are. You know what I mean? They're mindless creatures that are just trying to survive. You know, so you can't even be mad at a zombie for doing zombie shit. But when human beings start acting out of pocket, you know, that's when, and that's usually what these shows are about. So you see a lot of that. Okay. So cut to now the end, the final episode. They finally reached the Fireflies. Okay. And, you know, what happens is Joel is told, look, she's the cure, but we got to get it out of her brain. She ain't going to survive this surgery. And here's the moral dilemma everybody's talking about. What would you do? So Joel's like, I want to see her. The girl the leader of the Fireflies at this particular spot is like, look, I've taken care of this girl for her whole life, but this will save the world. She got to go. As this woman's thought, and the thought process of everybody of the Fireflies is like, look, her sacrifice won't be in vain. Joel decides, nah. He sees his daughter in this girl. He sees an opportunity to save his daughter that he couldn't do before. He sees an opportunity now. I'm not going to let the world take her. And he goes in, kills everybody. He kills everybody, the doctors, the nurses, the girl that he's like, you know, and he grabs her and rescues her. Now she wakes up and she's like, yo, because her thing was, we need to finish this. We need to get to the Fireflies, and I need to like do whatever I need to do to save humanity. That's the side I think that she was on. And I think Ellie would have chosen to sacrifice herself. So Joel, she wakes up and she's like, yo, okay, what happened? And he tells a tale, you know, that they were attacked and everybody's dead. And you can see that she's like, oh man, she don't believe him. And that's how the story ends, of him swearing like, no, that's really what happened. But she knows he's lying. I think what would you do, guys, in this situation is the question that I want you to put in the comments. I want you to comment, what would you do? What do you think is right? Now, see, it's easy for me to make a choice because it's interesting to people that have kids, or if you have someone close like this in your life, what would you do? You know, what's the right thing to do, and what would you do? And is what you're doing the right thing, quote unquote? Because you're saying we're going to sacrifice this one girl and we're going to save everyone. So there is part of me that is like, that's the right choice. She got to die. We got to get the cure from her, and then we have to put it out, make a cure so we can, you know, save humanity. But would I sacrifice Rachel? That's when you start to go, ooh, what would you do? Rachel got to go. You know what I mean? I'm kidding. Babe, I love you. I wouldn't. So this is like a real Sophie's choice. Like, what would y'all do? So all you parents out there, if you have kids, what would you do? What would you do? You know, you have your kid, and your kid has the cure in him, but your kid's got to die to get the cure, and it's going to save everybody. Okay? What do you do? And check this out. Here's part of the would you rather too. What would you do situation too. So you kill everybody that knows. Okay? So now only you know that your kid is the cure. Can you live with that? Because your kid is alive. Because it's different if like, we'll see in the season 2 how they do it, because it's different if like a lot of people know she's the cure still. Because now you making a choice and you on the run, and you're not trying to like work it out and see if we can like cure this kid, you know, like, you know, we could like find a different way to cure the kid. But he made a snap choice in that moment because they were going to kill her. They're going to cut her brain open and try to make a cure. And he was like, nope, we're not having it. He kills everybody. So what would you do? What would you do? I mean, I would do a poll, but the thing is, we're about to end the episode. So I know I should have. I didn't want to talk about this first. You know, I didn't want to talk about this first, and you know, and then you know, have the spoiler, because you know how everybody's like all little babies about the spoiler alerts. So I didn't want to do that. But yeah, so just, you know, hit me in the comments on what you think about it. And again, I reiterate my feeling about it is, it's like easy for me to say because I don't have kids yet, but I can think about like my mom. I can think about some, you know, a person that's like a brother to me, like who I love dearly, and Rachel, who I just love dearly. Like if Rachel had the cure for cancer, If Rachel had the cure for cancer, could I kill Rachel to cure cancer for everyone? Oh man, that's so like think about that. Think about that. Think about the person you love the most, and you could cure cancer. Maybe I have to take us both out. Maybe the answer is Rachel got to go, and then because I made that choice, I can't go on either. But I know that the cancer is gonna be wiped out from the world. You know, it's like such an interesting dilemma, such an interesting choice, man. So y'all, you really got to think about that. You know what I'm saying? Think about that. But anyways, y'all, I want to thank y'all for watching the episode. And you know how we do at the end of the episode. Thanks for watching Riffin with Griffin. And it's the rap recap. Subscribe and keep coming back. Woo! I talked about it again. The Chris Rock clap back. Get your Nest Cam. That stupid bitch ran. The cops went ham. Bam, bam. Ooh, Last of Us finale. It was, I don't know what rhymes with that. I just know Last of Us was good. What would you do if you knew the cure was in you? Would you kill your loved one? Maybe your favorite son? I don't know. Cure the world or let's go. Figure it out. Erik G, spitting from my mouth. Thanks for watching, y'all. Thanks for watching Riffin with Griffin. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being here every week. If you want to send me a dope beat that you got, any of you producers out there, just email me at eric@ericgriffin.com. But please don't send me some, copyright stuff. Send me your own thing that you're giving me permission to use. But anyways, thanks for watching Riffin with Griffin, and I'll see you next week, Wednesday, 10 a.m. Thanks for being here, y'all. Peace.